Ray Wells has been listening to this same Donald Fagen song for the last 40 minutes. But I couldn't think of one that was even more appropriate than New Frontier, because we are definitely in the new frontier when it comes to media. More video content is being uploaded to social media sites every 30 days than all the major television networks have created over the past 30 years. Let that sink in for a second. As users, you and I upload more social media content in video form every 30 days than the networks have done over the last 30 years. Recent numbers say YouTube content creators upload 72 hours. That's 3 full days worth of video per minute. We are uploading 3 days of video every minute. You will never get to the bottom of YouTube. Facebook plays 8 billion videos a day to more than 1 billion daily active users. And it just goes to show that the power of this medium of video, it is now in the people's hands. No longer are the days where it was strictly for broadcasters and people who had FCC licenses. When I started in TV back in 1981, there were only 3 or 4 options for a business and a business owner to get their message in front of their audience. And that was the local television stations, maybe the cable operations. As broadcasters, we'd charge hundreds and thousands of dollars for your chance to run a commercial at a time when people may or may not be watching, but you paid for it anyway. You paid for the production because you didn't have a way to produce your own commercial, and you paid for the airtime because you didn't have any other way to share your video. It was my job back then to create commercials for our advertisers as well as for programming for the stations, and I got pretty good at it. I won a couple of Emmy Awards and Addy Awards by the American Advertising Federation, and I got recommendations from my clients. For instance, Sharon Morton. If you're here in Knoxville, you probably know Sharon Morton. You've probably been to an event at her location. But Sharon launched a brand new event center back in 2007, just as the economy was tanking. She probably should have failed, but she worked with me on her marketing and her advertising, and now she's a thriving center for activities in the community. Here's what Sharon had to say. She said I was highly professional and very creative. And after meeting with Sharon for just a little short time, I gave her a perfect tagline that she could use to represent her company. She goes on to say that she found me to be easy to work with and truly understood the ideas that Sharon wanted to implement with her new business. And I thank Sharon for that. Road Track magazine. You may know Road Track. It's all about the automotive industry. Car buffs have read that magazine for years. And now Road Track magazine creates television shows for car lovers. Think of it as an HGTV or a DIY channel, but it's only for people who want to enhance their ride instead of enhancing their home. Mark Inglis is a former coworker of mine who is now with RTM Productions. Mark says, from creative development to business relationships, there is an art to understanding the big picture. Tech and technique are 2 areas of superior performance in broadcast and video production with a side of style thrown in for free. And thanks, Mark. Thanks, buddy. Hope you're doing well wherever you are. But enough about me. All right. So this is about you. This is about how you can use video to reach more people with your skills and your knowledge in 2018. These are some fantastic statistics. When marketers use video, visitors stay on their websites 88% longer. When marketers use video on their landing pages, those pages convert 80% more. When we share video in social media posts, they are reposted, retweeted, reshared 1,200% more frequently than if video is not present. Email marketing. If you just include the word video in the headline for your email, you get better open rates. And then when you embed video inside the body of your email, you get 96% better click-through rates than if you do not use video. And here's the telling statistic right here. Marketers who use video grow revenue 49% faster than non-video users. We are in the middle of a communications revolution, and you have a high-definition television studio in your pocket, and you can use that to produce and broadcast your own marketing videos for pennies compared to the thousands of dollars it used to take when television was the only way to be seen. Now, of course, do-it-yourself marketing videos require a little bit of skill and equipment. And hopefully you've already downloaded my 25 tools as a thank you that you got for just signing up to attend this webinar. As an added bonus, if you stay to the end, I'll be sharing a link to another bonus. It's a 10-minute video on how to put some of those tools to good use. I'll also be sharing with you how you can gain deeper knowledge into this system that I'm going to be covering with you today, okay? Everybody good with that? All right. So let's talk about one of the very real drawbacks to internet videos, and that's viewer abandonment. Just like we change the channels when commercials start on TV, viewers also abandon internet videos with just the click of a mouse. We make up our minds within the first, 3 to 10 seconds if we're going to watch this video. There we go. For a second, my mouse wasn't clicking to advance. Unlike people who watch the videos, they click their mouse within the first 3 to 10 seconds to say, I'm going on to something else. Our brains are hardwired to do two things: either determine the relevance of something or conserve energy by ignoring it. Primitive man dealt with this all the time. It's the fight or flight dilemma. Will this kill me, or is this something that I can kill and eat to survive? Now today, our brains no longer deal with life and death situations all the time, but when it is a stimulus like a YouTube video, if it doesn't rise to relevant status quickly, then our brain chooses to ignore it. It has to, or else we'd be overwhelmed by all the data that we're bombarded with every day. Now think of all the number of signs and billboards that you drive past without reading them. They're just clutter because they're not relevant to where you're going or what you're doing at the moment. We pay attention when something is relevant and when it's easy to comprehend in a short amount of time. And the way we comprehend our surroundings is to weave things into a story. The stories are how we remember history. Stories are how we share our daily events with each other. As business brands and marketers, our story, or the narrative of who we are, is how we become relatable and relevant to our prospects and customers. When you tell great stories in advertising and marketing, people pay attention. You want an example? Super Bowl Sunday. Millions of people watch for the game and millions more watch just for the commercials. Now, you want to know the definition of irony? Last year after Super Bowl Sunday, I was watching a YouTube video that was a recap of all the best Super Bowl commercials from the day before. And before I could watch the Super Bowl ads, there was a 30-second pre-roll commercial before those ads started. I clicked to skip the pre-roll commercial just so that I could get to watching other commercials more quickly. That's irony. But speaking of pre-roll commercials, I did see a commercial on YouTube the other day, and I knew that I had to share it with you on this webinar. And the thing that convinced me to share it is that this video is over 3 minutes long, and I watched every second of it. I'm going to play it for you right now and see if you can figure out why.
What's a super easy way to tell that your bed is awful? The raw egg test. Let me prove it. When it comes to mattresses, you used to only have 3 choices. Looking for some shoulder pain? Try a hard mattress. Oh! It may feel like a rock and put pressure on your hips, but it's the perfect way to tell your partner, hey baby, want some arthritis? It just fails the raw egg test. Then there's the soft mattress. It starts out okay, but collapses over time, like some cheap sneakers or Anakin Skywalker. And since it comes without back support, you get to try cool new hobbies, like chronic pain. But it also fails the raw egg test. Now let me explain the eggs. The raw egg test states that the perfect bed will let you put weight on raw eggs without breaking them. Because if a bed can cradle raw eggs while supporting all that weight, it'll also cradle your pressure points while supporting your body for maximum comfort. Well, if the hard bed's bad at cradling and the soft bed's bad at supporting, at least the medium bed is just terrible. It's not firm enough for back support or soft enough for your pressure points. So in the end, it's just a sad middle ground, like limbo or a wussy centaur. It's average. No one wants average. Now, to get around that, some beds come with $5,000 remotes so you can choose between hard bed problems or soft bed problems. They're so high-tech they failed the raw egg test twice. I don't need a bed that's hard, soft, or average. I need the best of firm and soft without the drawbacks. Introducing Purple, the only mattress that cradles your pressure points like a soft bed while supporting everywhere else like a firm one. Need proof? Let's check. Double check. Triple check. All the checks. And I'm really heavy for a little girl from a fairy tale. Yes, these eggs are raw, and no, we didn't fake it. How lame would that be? You're lame for thinking that.
What made this video good, first off, starts with just the character, Goldilocks. She's immediately recognizable. You know who she is, and because you know who she is, then she also has a backstory that's quickly relatable. One of the things you may want to do as you're creating your videos, if your job description includes a uniform, be in uniform. If your public persona has a certain style, you're always wearing hats, or you're always wearing bow ties or whatever, always be in character, always be in style, because that makes you instantly recognizable. And if you're recognizable, then you also come with a context. People remember Goldilocks because she was going to the bear's home and testing their mattresses. One was too soft, one was too firm, and one was just right. But the twist here was that when she got to that line, that this one was just awful because it failed the egg test, which leads to another word here is conflict. The thing that made me watch this video for 3 minutes, or at least for a minute and a half, because I was just wanting to see those raw eggs splatter on the mattress. That's the only reason I stuck around to watch, for at least until the payoff. But by then they had hooked me into it that I wanted to see how the rest of it came out. And I get to the conclusion. And here's your point. When you're sharing your videos, you want to lead the audience to the conclusion that you are the answer to what their needs are. Only Purple mattress gives you the support and comfort you need for a good night's sleep. Only Purple mattress can pass the raw egg test. Did you realize that it took them 2 minutes before they got to the brand name of Purple mattress? 2 minutes had passed. I didn't even realize how much time had passed before I even knew who the advertiser was, but I didn't care because I was engrossed in the story. When you weave the story of your brand, you got to include 4 key elements, and these same elements are the ones that are present in just about every Hollywood script that's out there. Your Hollywood movie starts first with a character, and it's the hero. Think of Star Wars. Think of who the hero of the story is in Star Wars. We pick up with Luke Skywalker. You know, he's one of the very first characters that we see, and we follow Luke all the way through his heroic journey until he goes, you know, to have to blow up the Death Star to save the Federation. For every hero, there's also a villain, and we all know who the villain is in Star Wars. It's Darth Vader. And then to defeat the villain, he needs a guide. Your hero needs a guide or Sherpa. In this case, it's probably Obi-Wan Kenobi, and if not him, then at least Han Solo, who kind of escorts Luke through all of the dangers. And finally, there has to be a plan. The plan for the resolution of the Star Wars movie is that Luke has to blow up the Death Star. So when you tell your story, here's how you cast yourself. First off, the hero of your story, when you weave the narrative of your business, when you weave the tale of who you are and what you bring to the marketplace, the hero of the story is never you. The hero of the story is your customer. What do they want? What are their needs? What are their goals and aspirations in life? What heroic journey are they on? And then what's standing in their way? It may be an individual, a villain, but more than likely it's probably just a condition or a problem. So take your hero's heroic journey, throw that villain or that obstacle in the way, and then this is where you come in. You are the guide. You are the Sherpa. You are someone to lead them on their heroic journey to find the solution. And what you offer is your product or your service, and that is the plan. Can you present your product or service? Can you encapsulate it in something that is relatable and easily comprehensible? It has to be boiled down into simple things. Simple's good. Simple sells because simple is easy to comprehend. Confused minds cannot buy because we're just always asking for more clarification or more data. So just in case you were wondering what the storyline for me and for Be Media Savvy would be, I borrowed this from George Lucas. I bring you the 4S method. I've been a video professional since 1981, and in those years, I've directed countless television shows, written, produced, directed, shot, and edited numerous commercials for advertisers all over the place. And so I sat down and I codified the process I go through to create a video project, and I've condensed it into 4 basic systems, the 4S method. If you do these 4 steps well, you're going to end up with a compelling marketing video that will make people watch, and hopefully you've convinced them to buy. You want to see the process? It's been hiding in plain sight all along. It's these icons down in the lower left corner of your screen. Those icons stand for see it, script it, shoot it, and share it, the 4 S's. Point 1, plain and simple, is see it. See things from your customer's perspective. I already covered that in the hero of your story. Tell the story that is all about your customer, about your hero. What's their journey? What's their problem that they're seeking to overcome? Only after you've demonstrated that you can understand and affirm their wants and needs, then you have the privilege to tell them what makes you the qualified guide with the plan. And at first, your prospects don't care about your experience, awards, or mission statements. They just want to know if you're a viable solution to their problem. So they have to recognize themselves as the hero in your story within the first 3 to 10 seconds. And if not, you don't relate and they're gone. So point number 1 is to create everything from your client's perspective. Point 2 is script it. I know it may be easy for many just to grab a camera and extemporaneously fire off a great Facebook Live. And if that's you, wonderful. I enjoy watching them. But now how many times after the fact do you watch a replay and think, man, I forgot to say this, or that could have been better? And scripting does 2 things. It saves you time and it makes you money. It saves time when you learn to write a script and plan your camera shots ahead of time. There's no more bouncing around willy-nilly. Your shoots go quickly, and you're prepared for all of those in-the-field surprises because you've thought ahead. It's a whole lot easier to redraw a line than it is to rebuild a wall. And that's what a script does for you. Saves you time and effort. More importantly, you make more money, especially when scripting a video sales letter or maybe a series of videos within a campaign. Because scripting makes you think about the journey your customer is going through in this sales process. You write in a way that continues the story from one step to the next along their sales journey, and when you write more persuasively, you close more sales. In just a minute, I'm going to share with you how to get all the templates and worksheets that I've developed to guide you through these 2 steps of see it and script it, those 2 stages of my 4S method. Now, step 3 is shoot it. Now, that's where most other video courses start, but as you can see, we're already laying an important foundation on getting the message right first. No matter how technically superior your video is, if the message is not right, people will abandon it within the first 3 to 10 seconds. It's only after you identify the right person and you develop the right message to meet them at their point of need, then you can start worrying about how to capture it on video. A lot of people never start their video marketing because they don't know what to say. The rest are avoiding it because they don't know how to do it, just the basic mechanics of filmmaking. So this is where my 2 bonuses come in. You already have one, and that's the 25 essential tools for video marketers. You should have received that by email and downloaded it before this webinar. And if you haven't looked at it yet, go do it after the webinar is over. Not only do I list great resources that are free or low cost, I also take those 25 tools and tell you which ones I think you ought to get first. And you can start with the technology that you already have, and then with about a $250 investment or less, you then can fully equip yourself to be a digital video marketer. So $250 is not a big investment. So tools are one thing, but the know-how is something else, right? And that's where my second bonus comes in. For everybody who stays to the conclusion of the webinar, I'm going to announce a link for you to claim your second bonus, and it's this. It's a 10-minute video that identifies the 9 common mistakes that beginners make and my solutions to prevent making them. I'm not going to give everything away, but you'll want to watch this video, if nothing else, just for my secret trick on how to use pantyhose. Yep, I said pantyhose. It's yours for free when you stay to the end. Finally, step 4 is to share your video. Now, the rules for shooting and sharing keep bouncing around in regards to how you hold your phone. Do you hold it up and down, or do you hold it sideways? It gets confusing. Just remember this. If you're only shooting for Instagram or Facebook, it's okay to leave your phone in the vertical position. If you're shooting to share your video later on YouTube, on your blog, or you're going to edit it and then export it to another social media site, turn your phone horizontal. Just remember that the way movie screens are oriented, the way television screens are oriented, typically that's the way that you also want to hold your phone if you're shooting video on your smartphone. So where should you share your video? Any place you can imagine. And if you're having trouble imagining what kinds of videos to make or where to share them, the 4S method lists 25 different ways to utilize video in marketing your business. It's a bonus download for buying the 4S method. The main thing to remember is why you're sharing video. Brands that use video grow their revenue almost 50% faster than the ones who don't. So if you're on the fence about learning how to create your own compelling marketing videos, let me ask you this. What would next year look like if you could earn 50% more than you did this year? Would that mean a bigger vacation? You pay off bills? Would it mean that you don't have to check to see if the utility bill was paid the next time your power goes out in a storm? That used to be the routine at home. Our cable would go off just because we're Comcast customers, and Comcast loses service all the time. But rather than just assume it's a simple service interruption, Lisa and I would turn to each other and go, did you pay the cable bill? Earning 50% more brings peace of mind. It brings the freedom and the means to enjoy life, and that's probably what you had in mind when you started your business anyway. So what's that figure? How many dollars is 50% more than what you made last year? Well, here's how you can get on your way toward reaching that financial goal. By now, you probably realize it's going to take some time and practice, but this is the first step in your journey of 1,000 miles. And here's how you can go further, faster. Start by ordering my 4S method for creating compelling do-it-yourself marketing videos. Watch the videos on each of the 4 steps, the see it, script it, shoot it, and share it stages. Download all the free producer tools I have for you and start using them to plan and organize your projects. You'll get an avatar worksheet to help you clearly define who your hero is, what their problem or who their villain is, and how you are the logical solution to help them overcome their problem. You'll get templates for scripts and storyboards to help you visualize how your project will play out on the screen. And I've thrown in links to order some of those recommended items that are in the 25 tools download, plus the bonus download that I mentioned of the 25 ways to put your new videos to good work. You'll get ways to use social media on your website, embedded in email marketing, and as a means to get exposure in mainstream media. So use the power of this visual medium to accelerate your reach and growth in 2018. You remember Sharon? She used video when she still had to pay thousands of dollars to advertise, and she survived the worst economic period of our lives. How much easier will it be for you to get results when you have the know-how to produce your own videos on a shoestring budget? And you can be on Facebook for free if you want organic views. And if you want paid views, it starts at like $5 a day. If you put everything to work and increase your revenue by 50%, would it be worth it for you to pay, let's say, $197 for the 4S method? If you say, yep, ready to go, great. Get your credit card ready, and let's go to this site to place your order. You ready? Okay, wait. For the first 5 people who buy the 4S method, I'm going to throw in a 1-hour brainstorming and coaching session for free. Now the value of this just jumped from $197 to $347. But if it helped you grow your revenue by 10, 20, 50% next year, would it still be worth it to you? How about this? Let's drop everything to $99. You get the 4 volume instructional videos, all the templates, the 25 ways to use your videos, and for the first 5 to act, free coaching session from me. All for just $99. And there's the link to the order form. It's bemediasavvy.com/4S. bemediasavvy.com/4S. All right. I thank you all for staying to the end, but you don't have to go yet. If you're planning to be one of the first to purchase the 4S method and you want to leave now, you're as good as done. I'm going to make sure that you have the link to get the freebie that I promised, and it's going to come to you in a follow-up email after your purchase. So watch your inbox. If you got to go now and you want to be the first 5 and get the free consultation, excellent. I applaud you. I applaud you for being decisive and acting quickly. For the rest of you, here's how you get the bonus content, 9 common mistakes and how to avoid them. In this one, I cover several facets of video production, including lighting, audio, camera framing, and composition, and I offer tips on how to make your projects look as good as the pros on a shoestring budget. It's here, bemediasavvy.com/9-mistakes. bemediasavvy.com/9-mistakes. I appreciate Anita in Long Beach, sent email with questions about how to tell her story. Thank you to Jillian from Santa Monica, who emailed already asking about microphones. Appreciate all the feedback and the engagement that you all have participated in today. Thank you for coming. So let's recap real fast. When marketers use video, their revenue grows 49% faster than those who don't use video. Viewers decide as quickly as 3 seconds if your video is relevant to them before they click away. The way to get people to watch longer? Just use good storytelling elements and learn how to combine good storytelling with good filmmaking in my 4S method, all for just $99 at bemediasavvy.com/4S. The first 5 to buy a 4S method get a free one-on-one. Go to bemediasavvy.com/4S to place your order. Thank you all. Hope that you have a happy Hanukkah if you're celebrating. Merry Christmas. Thanks for being on the call. Have a great evening.
Thank you, Tim.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tim.